We're back. All right. So this is my second official live stream. All right. I'm going to be moving everything here. All right. So welcome again. I am super duper excited. My son had came out and I was like, son, guess what? I can go live on YouTube. He's like, Mom, you could always go live. I'm like, no, the fuck you couldn't, because when I tried to, they said you had to have a certain amount of subscribers. And you know what? I just know that I've been doing the work. And this, for those of you who are coming from my Facebook family, into the YouTube world, new or whatever, listen, Mama, we made it. You hear me, honey? I'm talking about, I'm loving this energy. It feels fresh, all that. Today's message is about Mercury being in retrograde, but I'm bringing inspiration for it, okay? Um, this really has made my day, okay? Kendra, I love you. Listen, we listen, is we not upgrading? Baby, I'm talking about, okay, listen, yeah, and Zion was talking about creating a YouTube channel. It's a lot of 111 on the mark. A lot of things are happening. Okay. If you are finding this video, if you are new, old, welcome, 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 all that good stuff. But I want to get straight to it because I have so much to do on top of. I don't want to get distracted, and I want to keep moving. I'm hearing act like you've been here. Okay, act like you done this before. And mind you, I got two different socks on, all that good stuff. Again, shout out to Mother Gaia. We are breathing. I'm doing this. And shout out to the sun, okay? Receiving the light codes, downloading the light codes. This is just a major move for me, all right? Um, Saying that to say, everything is going to be just fine. Your hard work is paying off, okay? Especially if you're doing things with the right heart, all right? Um, for those of you who are familiar with Mercury being in retrograde, and for those of you who are not familiar, let me give you a quick little version of it. All right. Now with this streaming thing, I'm brand new, so I can see comments, but I can't. So I'm gonna be checking in and out again. I'm super duper excited. This is where all of the messages will be. So make sure you share these streams, okay, on your page. Just will two birds with one stone, two, two, two. Listen, we are aligned. Also, if you've been seeing numbers, make sure you Google the angel meaning behind it. All right. Um, yeah. Normally, when you hear or when you go through Mercury going through a retrograde, we normally get up, get afraid. We like, oh Lord, we like, oh, shit gonna go crazy, and it is. But the best thing about shit going crazy is the simple fact that when things go left, you can always make it go right, if that makes sense. But it's all about what you do and how you do it and why you do it. All right. Mercury being in retrograde in a nutshell is about technology, communication, and travel being tampered with. Okay, this could be traveling in forms of car, train, plane, going places, driving your everyday, whatever the case may be, car issues, all kind of stuff. Okay, anything dealing with traveling, even with the mental state of dreaming. Maybe you've been dreaming or daydreaming or being in this creative energy of trying to or wanting to create more, if that makes sense. There's also this battle of the sexes energy. We have this masculine and feminine energy that's coming up against one another. Mercury in retrograde also deals with communication, so you're going to be experiencing opportunities for arguments, disagreements, fires being set, but you ain't got to add fuel to them type shit. So be careful in regards to communicating and not taking things so serious, learning how to let shit roll off your sleeve. Give me 1 second because baby, it's hot, but it's cool. And hopefully I don't show y'all no titty or nothing. But I'm also thinking about that story, that childhood story. It was basically talking about the man. He had a coat on or something like that, and the wind and the sun were in competition in regards to. Hold on. That the sun and the wind was in competition on who could make let me see if I can change this real quick. There we go. There we go. The sun and the wind were in competition with who could make the guy take off his jacket quicker. So the wind, it just kept blowing and blowing. It blew a little bit, but the jacket stayed on. Then the wind picked up a little bit more and blew a little harder, but the man kept the jacket on. So the sun said, okay, my turn. The sun comes out, it shines a little bit, the jacket's still on. The sun hypes up, turns up the heat a little bit. The man starts to sweat, all kind of shit, but he still don't take the jacket off. The sun then gets so scorching hot to where the man takes off the jacket. The moral of the story between the wind and the sun: the wind was trying to force the man to do something that the sun made him naturally do. What am I saying? The wind wanted to blow, 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 but it still didn't force him. He was trying to force. Versus the sun doing what it normally does, which is the heat, making shit hot. It just was patient. Okay? Saying that to say, when it comes to communicating, when it comes to moving during this cycle, when it comes to um, talking to people and receiving and having conversations and just traveling to and from places, it's about you not being on the defense. It's about you understanding not to force and just let things flow. It's about, if you're finding yourself in relationship, people, places, and things where you got to force, you got to keep doing shit, normally it's not for you. Okay, it's all about going with the flow of things. All right. Again, another thing with the retrograde, ultimately, from what I'm getting, is just try not to react. Okay, try to observe, observe, but not absorb. Okay, like look and see and watch how people are moving and what they're revealing and all that good stuff, but don't absorb that shit, especially if it's low vibrational or it's nothing that serves you. All right. Also, when it comes to low vibration and high vibration, everybody has their own view. Um, an outlook on it, but there, just like hot and cold, there's a low and end, a high and cold spectrum to all things. Okay, on a thermometer, which is one spectrum, you have the hot, then you have the cold. Try to stay in between right now. Don't be too hot, don't be too cold. Just try to let things not rush, roll off your sleeve. All right. So with that being said, again, don't take things personal. Get into nature. Also, another thing that I was realizing during this retrograde, a lot of times when Mercury goes into retrograde, you are redoing some things. It seems like you got what you got to deal with in reality on a day to day, and then whatever else that was hidden or just out the blue, it's gonna come out and add to your plate. If you look at it more so with your third eye, your heart, and looking at it with a deeper perspective, and if you can't and you don't have the strength, then pray for this, because you have not, because you ask not. Um, I'm also hearing a hit dog gonna always holler. So another thing, what's understood ain't gotta be explained. You have to be with people who understand you. If you gotta take a break, they shouldn't be taking it personal. Also, what I was going to say was with the retrograde, on one end of the spectrum, there are things that you need to do. Life is still happening. There are things that you still need to accomplish and take care of. But while spirit is hitting pause on your life for you, spirit is still doing things for us. So what God is doing is giving you an opportunity to rest. I don't know if you have been feeling tired, a little sluggish, a little, sometimes you got energy, sometimes you don't. That is part of the retrograde. That's part of the redoing, the revamping, right? But more so resting, right? A lot of you have been overworking, been doing a whole lot, and God is giving you the opportunity to rest. While you're resting, you have to put down your worries, because there's nothing to worry about. Everything that you feel that you need to do or needs to be done, because we are in partnership with spirit, our higher self, the angels, past loved ones, universe, God, all of them, because one God, many names. Um, while we're sleeping or relaxing, okay, and I'm doing it like this because can't nobody tell you what to do. While you're doing what spirit is telling you to do, as far as resting, spirit is taking care of everything else for you. Now, everybody else who is not on that wavelength, they got to work harder versus working smarter, because you got to be careful what you do and how you do it. It's okay to not know. You don't have to know everything. Why? Because we are connected to someone, something, beings who do. All right. So again, with that being said, I had recorded this message before, but it didn't save. And I pulled these cards from the Secret Language of Light Oracle um, earlier. And basically, these are the languages of light that we are learning, or Spirit is trying to teach us in regards to um, this retrograde, in regards to the people, places, and things and happenings during this time. All right. So again, get into nature, um, sunbathe, sun gaze. All of these things are ancient things that we used to do to ground ourselves, to ease the pain, to ease the journey, if that makes sense. Alignment, okay, is one of the secret languages of light that you and me are learning in regards to the truth being spoken. Us just being aligned with who we are, this Kundalini chakra energy, that where we just um, are seeing how things are aligning, speaking the language of light through alignment is you following your own path, you doing things that are not so much traditional or stepping outside of the box, but it's aligned with whatever spirit is telling you to do. A lot of times, when you look at other people, you're not in alignment because spirit ain't have a conference call. The conference call is basically with you, your spirit guides, and your higher self. But understand, when it comes to alignment, you have your own way of how you bring it to pass or exude it or bring it out as an example to people, if that makes sense. Soul family is another language that we're speaking in regards to we're being the family that we want to see. On top of soul family is not necessarily the ones that you were birthed into. It's just people who resonate with your soul, who understand that, and see your beautiful soul. Like the Avatar movie 1111 on the time, there's this alignment of just duality of people seeing themselves in one another. And baby, this sun is getting hot. Your soul name, a lot of you are figuring out who you are, not just by the world and what your mama named you, but your soul name in regards to, I go by Warrior Goddess Lady K, amongst many other names. But it's about what my soul says to me, okay? And again, we are all gods and goddesses of many names because we're connected to the one and only Almighty God. Healing ultimately is what's being brought in through nature, through light codes, through the experiences and things that we go through in life, but more so through this soul journey of us going deeper into who we are, what we want, and what we were sent here to do, if that makes sense. So, with that being said, because this sun is scorching, I feel like I have done my part for today. In regards to, I wanted to get into nature. I wanted to do a live in nature because for those of you who can't get into nature, don't have the time, I still want you to be able to hear, see, and feel everything because we're reflections of one another. Kendra, Goddess Crystal, everyone who's on here, I appreciate you. I appreciate you all very, 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 very much. And I meant to block that, but anywho, again, for everyone, this is probably where I'll be doing my lives in regards to it's time to get new things. It's time to move. Another thing is moving and shifting. So you also could be moving, okay? Physically, mentally, energetically, whatever the case may be. But overall, we're moving on up. We're ascending and not descending, if that makes sense. All right. All right, my loves. With that being said, be love, spread love because can't anyone do it like you. And always remember that 1 teaspoon of your girl warrior goddess lady K a day is gonna keep that stress away. Love and light. I forgot how to end it. Okay, I got it. Oh, that is like so